But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to get to the screen to call your customer. All right, so right there where it says 1 minute picking up Mike, you're gonna tap that. That's gonna raise the bottom bar. There's a text box, and then there's like a little person box there. That person box, if you tap that, that will actually give you the option to cancel the ride. And then these are the reasons you can pick. You can say you accepted the trip by accident, or you can say there's a problem with the pickup route, or you can click more issues, and then that there. All right, so now let me go back and show you guys how to make a call, to either call or text your rider. Like I said, if you even feel like doing all that. Sometimes you don't have to do that. I just do it just because it gives me a clear conscience. Sometimes, at least I know I've tried everything. Sometimes I don't, but just whatever. Anyway, so here, the text button. I'm gonna click the text button. Up there at the very top corner, near where the battery charging sign is, there is a phone icon there. That is how you can find your person. So when I first got here, I text them, where can I find you? They had not responded. At the bottom there where it says I've arrived, okay, I got it, those are the auto text respond that is in the Uber app. So that if someone texts you, because once someone texts you, it pops up, and then you have the option to send them that quick text, because that's what that's all about. So anyway, so the phone icon here at the very top, I'm going to tap that. Now it's asking me, do I want to use my cell phone or do I want to use data, I guess meaning Wi-Fi, but I'm going to use cellular. Now what my point I wanted to make with this is, the Uber app has a auto phone number that you can only use during the app. I'm expressing this or saying this because your customer do not have access to your personal phone number, and you do not have access to your customer's personal number, which means this phone number only works during the duration of your trip being available. I'm gonna try to get them a call really quickly and see if they even pick up. For some reason, my app also didn't give me the option.
Hello.
Hi, Mike. This is your Uber driver.
Yeah.
Did you? I was say I wasn't sure if you still needed a ride or not.
Yeah, here I come.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yep, no problem.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
All right.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, I'm going to another.
What, job?
Yeah.
You just got off and you going to another job? You do that a lot? So got off of working a night shift and he's on his way to go work another job. The situation is different. Everyone's story is different. I feel like it's best to give courtesy calls. Now, along with courtesy calls, now I'm saying this because depending on how the courtesy call go, I will cancel a ride. I will cancel a ride. If I give a courtesy call and the passenger is on the phone with an attitude, you've already rubbed me the wrong way, and that means once you get in my car, you're gonna have an attitude. And if you don't have an attitude, I might have an attitude when you get your that. Oh, I have an update. on the pin entry rides, the rides that require the pin. So I had a customer, she said that the app had prompted her to do a pin entry for extra security if she wanted to. And she went ahead and opted in for it. And she was saying, you know, she opted in for it because that way she can make sure that she's in the right person's car. You know, she liked the extra security behind the fact that, you know, if she gives the pin, she knows that that's her ride and everything. And that way she's just not just hopping in anyone's car. On the other end of that, you know, if you guys watched one of the videos that I get, I think I named it like Renegade Giggles or something like that. A situation where the passenger that I was assigned to pick up had put the pin request on his ride. And luckily he did. My customer had ended up calling me. He was running, you know, a couple seconds later than I guess expected. And he called me and was like, hey, you know, I'm on the way down. Again, another point I wanted to kind of hit, the courtesy call. You know, he gave a courtesy call to me to let me know, and I do the same in return for certain encounters or for certain situations. So the customer can give a courtesy call, or you as the driver can give a courtesy call. Like I said, it's a computer generated number through the app. Even when it comes to the text messages, you can only text the person through the app. None of those messages comes through your personal phone. Even when the phone call do come through, it's through the computer generated phone number. That phone number will no longer work once you close your ride and the customer is out of your car. They cannot call that number, and you cannot call that number to call a person back. You know, and everything is designed for security and protection purposes. But when you first apply for Uber, you're not going to see how far your distances are. You're not going to see how far your pickup is. You're not going to see how far your passenger is going. After a certain number of rides, or after a certain number of points you get, they have a reward system. And the reward system gives you certain perks, or whatever the case may be. And now with that being said, is you start off as a blue diamond. With the blue diamond, you get like the minimum of access to things through the app. A certain number of experience, or after a certain number of rides, or after a certain number of points, you get more access. So when you first start off as a newbie to the share ride, you just have to accept rides, and that's it. You only get to accept rides. You don't get to pick and choose. I mean, I think you can still cancel and all of that other stuff, but you don't get any of the reward features. Now, after you've passed Blue Diamond and made it to the next ranking, or whatever ranking, then you have more access. So any drivers past the Blue Diamond, you have the option to see how far your ride is going and how far your ride is from your current location. Now, like I said, when you first start as a newbie, they don't give you this option. At this point, you're like a rookie, and you got to take all rides you can get, and they're not bad. So I don't say that to make it sound like it's a problem. It's just that once you become more experienced, like I said, those are just the little rewards that they kind of grant you with. Anyway, going forward, so the 5 minutes. So let's say you have a ride coming in, you're 10 minutes away from your current drop off, and you're 10 minutes away from your current drop off, and you get an incoming ride says the number 5, you know, pretty much indicating that ride is going to be 5 minute distance. What that means is, it means that once you drop your current driver off, that once you make it to their destination, you're going to be 5 minutes away from that rider. Now, I'm saying this because essentially, altogether, because of the fact that you're 10 minutes away in your current trip, and you're going to be 5 minutes away once you make it there, you're 15 minutes away, technically, from the new ride that's coming in. So, just something to be considered, you know, just kind of like a little bit of it, kind of something to be aware of and to pay attention to as well. Mostly because, like I said, you see 5 minutes, and the reason why you see 5 minutes is because that's letting you know, hey, once you drop the person that you have off, you will be 5 minutes away from your next pickup. I've gotten one that came in and I declined. These are the kind of trips I decline. I decline trips that are 18 minutes away from me for a 5-minute ride. I'm not doing a 20 to 25 minute trip for $4 or $5. I'm sorry, I'm just not. That's the reason why I have a lot of my number of declines are what they are. My number of declines only got that high when I got to Michigan. Whenever I was in Massachusetts, because the transportation system down there is a very high volume, I barely ever declined rides because I was always only 5 minutes away from my rides. I was always only 5 minutes away from my rides. And because of that, it made the shorter distance rides more acceptable. So, because if you get $5 rides. There's also another thing here in Michigan through the app that I haven't seen in Mass. And I think it's because here in Michigan, I think the drivers on the road is few, very few. And there may be some whose ranking is higher than mine. So when it comes to certain rides that come in, it'll have like a little icon in the corner, and it'll show like 2 or 3. You know, that stands for there are 2 or 3 other people who can also see this ride that has